Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm filming all in one day, so here we are. In today's video, I'm going to do a cosplay breakdown. Basically just going over what I did, how I made it, how much I spent, because I know when I was first starting out in cosplay, I was always wondering how much people spent on handmade cosplays and like, what did they use? What did they do? Like, how do you start? So I'm gonna go through and break that down. My cosplay is not 100% done yet. By the time this video comes out, it will be, hopefully. It is Princess Peach from Mario. You know, the movie came out recently. And I've wanted to do her for a while, so I decided I was gonna do her. I'm gonna do her for Powerhouse, which I'm a special guest at, so I'm so excited. So I'm gonna break down each piece of my cosplay, I'm gonna show it to you, and go from there. I'm gonna start with the undergarments, because petticoats are expensive. I was ranting for 10 minutes and my video wasn't recording. Petticoat. I got mine for $2, but I know I got mine super cheap because mine was at a bin store. So these I would expect to pay about, for at least the ball gown style, I would expect to pay, if you're buying it from Amazon or something, about $25 for, yeah. And now, the top. It is a corset style top. The pattern I drafted myself from a YouTube video, which I'll link in the description. For the skirt and the top, the light pink fabric I got at Joann's. It was like the simple broadcloth stuff. It's not the most elegant fabric, but I love working with cheap fabric, so it was about $4 a yard, I want to say. And I got 6 yards and I had so much left over. The little accents of dark pink on the top alone. Bias tape. I got 2 rolls of it and I ended up using both rolls, but I also messed up quite a few times. So I think you would need one. I used 1 yard on the final thing. The satin in the middle is a cheap Walmart costume satin that was like 3 yards in a roll and it was like $6 for the whole thing, but I don't recommend it because I used it for my lining too and it's like my bones are poking through. The lace and the trim on the side of her little front placket thing. The lace and the trim are both from Joann's. They're both in the like $3 rolls and there's like 3 yards on each roll. For the whole costume I ended up using 3 yards of this trim and then I want to say 4 yards of the lace. The bones are zip ties. The bones are zip ties, which you can see some are poking out because this costume satin sucks. The ribbon to lace up the back is, I think it's a Michael's roll, but I had it laying on hand, just like the costume satin I had laying on hand. So I was just using it on this project to basically use it up. The grommets, I bought a grommet setter for Tinkerbell, and I still had that. But the grommets I had to buy, I think that is all for this one. Other than the sleeve pattern was one from like Simplistic or something, and my corset top is drafted without sleeves, so I just kind of had to buy a like cheap $2 pattern to stick sleeves on this thing, which is where I fucked up most of the time because I couldn't figure them out. So now the skirt. The skirt is made with the same light pink fabric, part of that six yards of fabric, and I still have a bunch left over. The dark pink on both the top and the bottom of the skirt was a single yard of the dark pink broadcloth from Joann's. And I know it was a single yard because I used every single scrap of it. I cut it, like, for the top pieces at least, I made basic, like, squares and rectangles and pleated them down for the top ruffled, like the top ruffled bits, and then I used the rest of it on the gather at the bottom of the hem. The basic skirt pattern for just the plain pink skirt was a 1950s reproduction pattern. I'm not sure what brand it was by because I threw out the top of it, but it was like, I want to say I spent like $3 on it maybe. The satin is the same satin I used on the top. It was just left over from some other project, so I just used whatever I had left. The skirt is not lined because I could not be bothered to buy more fabric for this. Ruffled the bottom hem. And then the closure, I did one set of hook and eyes and one set of hook and bars, which I got them in a really big variety pack for like $5 from Joann's. And then there's just a zipper on the back. And this makes it sit really nice and snug to my waist. If I had any of the dark pink left, I would go back and change this waistband color just because it's not my favorite. You can see the waistband peeking through from the top and it pisses me off because they're not the same color, so it really shows. Anyway, for sewing at least, I did have a sewing machine, I had a gathering foot, I had a zipper foot, I had basic thread and all of that already on hand. All the thread I bought for this was a light pink thread from Joann's. It was just a single spool and I have a bunch of it left, so even after using it on that, the top, and then a few other projects. So it was like $3. And then I have bobbins and everything that goes into a sewing machine. My sewing machine is like $120, $150, but I know the basic $100 Brother sewing machine from Walmart is a really good starting sewing machine. It lasted me years. Highly recommend that sewing machine. Honestly, this one craps out, I'm going back to that one because I loved that one so much. But this one's covered in Miku stickers, so accessories, I guess. This one I still have to fix because one of the clips fell off. But this is just the bow that goes on her center back to hide the corsetting and then hide the zipper and stuff. It's just a big bow. This is the costume satin that was on the skirt. This is the pink that was on the skirt, and then this was the lace that was also on the skirt. And then I just used some super cheap craft foam that I got from Hobby Lobby when they had it really marked down in like the big kid packs. I think I paid maybe $1 for that big pack and I spent maybe like 30 cents on this. I don't know. And then I have little hair clips on the back. One's supposed to be over here, but it fell off, so I have to fix it. So unfinished cosplay stuff. Next is her little amulet thing that goes in her middle of her chest. I don't have the pins on it yet, but I spent maybe $2 on a pack of brooch clips, like the little pins that like pin in stuff and then you clip them shut. Think safety pin. I spent maybe $2 on that and I used them for my business, so I just had a few laying around. I used polymer clay for the gold part, and then I had a layer of blue clay at the bottom so it would read more blue. That was just leftover clay that I had from other stuff, but I know I got the white clay that I used as the base because you can see it on the back. I used the white clay base, which was, I got at Goodwill because there was a few unopened packs of Sculpey clay there, but like Sculpey clay, the smaller blocks are like $1 or $2 each. And then just a little bit of blue clay in the bottom. And then resin, which was the big thing I bought for this project. I bought a $20 resin, just 2-part resin kit because my UV resin light doesn't work anymore. And then the glitter I had laying around just for this cosplay. Crown. Yes, I know the crown is not painted yet. Please ignore that. My friend made the crown for me, but I bought all the supplies. So, the spray paint that's going to go over top of this, the gold spray paint was about $6 for the can of it. And I've made 2 test crowns, her crown, and now my crown, and I will definitely have more left over when I'm done. Because I'm also using it for a Daisy cosplay that I'm working on right now. So, and then I used 5mm foam for the inside of the crown, or the base structure of the crown. It was like $1 a sheet at Michael's, and one sheet can make 1 crown, but you have a bunch left over for other projects. So I did buy the really big roll though for Bowsette's shell that's coming up. And then all around the outside is foam clay with foam clay balls. Again, just foam clay. I bought it at Hobby Lobby for, I want to say $6 or $5 for the jar of it. I bought 2 of those and I've used most of them up because I was playing around with it. And then this little ring around the edge is a foam dowel, or a foam like half dowel. That's EVA foam. It was like, I want to say $3 for a pack of 4 really long ones. And then I used hot glue, which I already had laying on hand, but cents per stick because I didn't use very much on this. And then the gems that are going to go on my crown, I made the exact same way as the base gem. except this time I just made them in different colors with different glitters. I will use either hot glue or contact cement to stick these onto the actual crown, which they have a little bit of it on the back because I stuck it to one of the test crowns to see if it would work, and it did work. So I'm probably going to use hot glue though because the contact cement didn't hold the best. Shoes and tights are not going to be needed because I'm wearing a ball gown. Wig though, I bought 2 Map of Beauty $10 wigs from Amazon, linked in the description. I'm not putting contacts in for that cosplay because I don't have any blue contacts that are still like not expired, and I refuse to buy contacts for cosplays anymore. So right now I'm wearing the ones I'm probably gonna wear, which were 20 bucks from a contact site very long ago, but I'm still wearing them. And then her gloves, because I do have white gloves for her. I do not know where they are, but I do have white gloves for her. I am using a pair of long white gloves that I found, or that I bought, that came with my Alice cosplay from Amazon, but I didn't use them for her, so I had them left over, so I'm gonna use those. I'm getting undressed from filming, but I did need to add in that I forgot about the earrings, and the earrings are made from ping pong balls and just earring findings and paint. So, like $15 max. Anyway, bye. And that's it for now. I'll probably edit this video a little while later after I get everything done and like add clips and pieces into it. But till next time guys, thank you so much for watching. Next time guys, bye!